Hi, Peter Charles here, and with all of our wonderful digital cameras with their great sensors and brilliant colors, have you ever wondered about shooting in black and white? Why should you? Maybe it's because it would make you a better photographer. So let's talk about it. It may seem a bit strange, but going backwards in time, if you will, to shooting in black and white versus shooting in color makes you see the world in different ways. You see different subjects. I often do this when I go for a walk in our boring little Southern Ontario farm town. I mean, there's not much to take photos of, but I go around shooting with a black and white mindset, finding images that you wouldn't think about if you were shooting strictly in color. And it's that stretching of the way you see the world is why shooting in black and white every once in a while is a really good exercise for our photographic creativity. Our eyes are very sensitive to color, and I'm going to put up some images, and they're all color images, and they're just going to go by one after another, and you're looking at me, but your eye will keep going to those images. And it's because color catches our attention. So when we're taking pictures and we're out on the, doing whatever, we're on vacation or whatever it is, the bright colors are going to focus our mind, and we're going to try and form pictures around those colors. You're not going to often take a picture of something that's rather drab. But if you're shooting in black and white, you see the world differently. You see form or shape. You see texture. You see tone or tonality. And you begin to be more aware of simple compositions. Your compositions become a little bit more oriented towards the traditional straight lines, diagonals, curves, spirals, rule of thirds, phi grids. All those compositional rules sort of take on a little bit more meaning in black and white because you do simplify. So I'm going to put some pictures up, and we're going to talk about them. And we're also going to look at a comparison where I have one picture in color and then I convert it to black and white. Later on, I'm going to produce a second video where I will talk about my black and white workflow. But for now, what we're talking about is having one of these set to shoot both RAW and JPEG with the black and white mode turned on. So we get a black and white JPEG and a color RAW file. And then I get images like this. So let's take a look at them. Now, I've lived in our little town for over 20 years, and I've probably walked by this fire escape over 1,000 times. And I've never took a picture of it until I decided to take a picture of it in black and white. And not only did I pull out my camera in black and white, but I also got an unusual vantage point. And this is how thinking in black and white changes your view and perspective of the world. On the same walk, I passed by the basketball court, which, because of the earliness of the season, still not in action. And I thought, you know what? Let me combine the lights with the hoop and the sun. I mean, fairly simple composition, nothing special, but it's an example of how your mind changes when you no longer think in color. I'm having a glass of wine with my wife. The phone rings. She puts her glass down so she can talk on the phone. And I'm looking at this thinking, well, there's a picture there. So I went downstairs, grabbed a camera. It's the way you change your thinking when you visualize the world in black and white. Out for a walk on a rainy day in our little town. Went by the basketball court. And this is a nothing picture in color. But I took the shot, enhanced the contrast, flipped it around, and now we've got something that actually works. But if I'd stayed in color, this would have been nothing. I wouldn't even taken the shot. I would have walked by. Another rainy day. There's no color here. It's a really overcast, bland day. And I saw the woman walking her dog, her reflection in the puddle, and took the shot, then flipped it. And again, this is another type of picture that you would walk by if you were trying to shoot in color. Here I am in Burlington out for a walk, taking pictures. I went to a restaurant beside Lake Ontario to have some lunch, and while I'm sitting there, I think that kind of looks like a kind of cliche shot
of a restaurant in the South, so I took it. And in color, this would have been nothing, but it works in black and white. Okay, here I was on a shoot organized by a club, and I had the model pose at this gate, and I shot the image with the camera set with color raw black and white JPEG. Here's the same image converted to black and white, and some added contrast and drama to add far more emotion to the scene that you saw before. Okay, same shot, different black and white treatment, gives a different feel. This is how emotion can be drawn out of black and white, probably better than in color. By the way you treat the black and white, you can induce different emotions. Here's how black and white trains the brain. This is exactly as I shot this image. There's no trimming, cropping, straightening, whatever. This is exactly how I composed it. And that's what shooting in black and white does for you. It begins to train your brain in how composition should work.
Okay, you can see those, a lot of these photos were simply me walking around town finding images. I mean, this is not a photographic town, okay? So you work to find those images. And it's that exercise that counts. So if you're living in a boring part of the world like me, or you're just seeing the same stuff over and over again, go to black and white. Give it a try. As I say, you will see the world differently, and in that process, you will become a better photographer because your range will have expanded. So give black and white a try. Cheers.